So, I, 33M, caught my girlfriend, 28F, tearing into me with her best friend, 27M. It was harsh. I've been seeing Jenna for a little over 2 years now. I'm a vet, and we met when she brought her dog in for a checkup. She had just moved to town and was worried about her dog's ear. What should have been a quick appointment turned into a long conversation, and I was hooked right away. I've never clicked with someone like I did with her. Before Jenna, I was the classic bachelor type, lots of casual relationships, no strings attached. At first, it was fun, but after a while, it just felt empty. I started thinking maybe I was always going to be alone. Jenna's outgoing, friendly, and has a big circle of friends. One of her best friends, Dylan, is a guy she's known since they were kids. I trust her, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a little uncomfortable about their relationship. We don't argue about it, though. She's always told me there's never been anything romantic between them, and I believe her. Still, there's this nagging feeling that maybe there's more to it. He's visited us a few times, and while I've tried to get along with him, it's clear he's not too fond of me. Jenna says he's just protective of her, but to be honest, it seems more like jealousy to me. This past spring, Jenna finished grad school but has had a tough time finding a job. We've been living together for about a year, and I've been understanding about her not contributing much financially. I'm in a good place financially, so it hasn't been a huge issue for me. But I've also made it clear that once she finds a job, it's only fair she starts paying her share of the bills. Last Monday, Jenna texted me saying she got the job she'd really wanted. She'd been working hard for it, and I was really happy for her. To celebrate, I decided to leave work early, pick up her favorite drinks, grab some Chinese takeout, and surprise her with a necklace she had seen a few weeks ago. It wasn't anything extravagant, but I knew she'd love it. She's obsessed with sharks, and the necklace had a small shark on it. I'd been keeping it hidden, waiting for the right moment to surprise her. When I got home, I went through the side entrance to grab the necklace from the basement. But as I was coming up the stairs, I heard her on the phone. Normally, I wouldn't listen in, but her laughter caught my attention. It sounded so genuine, so I figured I'd wait for her to finish before I surprised her. She was talking to Dylan, and I've heard them talk plenty of times before. But then, I started hearing what they were laughing about, and my heart sank. They were making fun of me. Not just joking around, but really tearing into me. She was talking about how I didn't measure up to her ex, saying things like, he had at least 3 inches more than him, and it's like eating a baby carrot when I'm with him, he must feel so bad watching me eat something the same size. She kept laughing and saying it would be cute if it wasn't so awful. The worst part was, it wasn't even true. I'm not huge, but I'm not something to be ashamed of either. I've always been comfortable with myself. But hearing her mock me like that, especially to someone I wasn't totally sure about, it hit me hard. Then she joked about how I'm good looking but not very smart. I know I'm smart and well educated, and for her to belittle me like that was just heartbreaking. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't even go inside. I threw the flowers out the car window. Yes, I cried in a parking lot. I think she heard me leave because she started texting me, asking where I was. I didn't respond. That was Monday, and I haven't said anything about it to her since. I'm still processing everything. It's embarrassing, and it hurts in a way I didn't expect. But I love her, and I'm not sure I can get past this. I've been debating how to bring it up. I know I need to, but I'm not sure how. It's really messed with my head, and I feel foolish. Update: after talking to my friends and family, I realized I couldn't let it go. Thursday night, I ended things with Jenna. The conversation was tough, but I had to do it. Things got ugly on her end. She had a lot to say, but it didn't change my mind. I thought about packing her stuff and just leaving without a word, but we've been together for more than 2 years, and I wanted to give her a chance to explain herself, even if I already knew where I stood. We met in a public place so she couldn't make a scene or try to turn this around on me. I didn't trust her anymore, and I wasn't about to let her lie about what happened. She knew what she said, and I wasn't going to sit through more of it. Thanks for all the support, everyone. I'll update again once it's all over. I took Jenna out to a wine bar downtown, one of those cozy places with little booths and half curtains. Since Monday, she'd been extra sweet, which made me wonder what was going on. Maybe she felt guilty for what she said, maybe she thought I heard her, or maybe she just had no idea why I'd been distant. She dressed up really nice, and I'll admit, she looked amazing, but given everything, it just felt strange. She was affectionate and kept saying how much she wanted to do later, talking about things I usually would have loved to hear, but I couldn't even act like everything was fine. I'd prepared myself for this moment, gone over what I wanted to say so many times. As soon as we sat down and got our drinks, I dove in. I don't remember my exact words, but the adrenaline was pumping, and it's all kind of blurry. I told her how much I loved her, how I'd never felt this way about anyone, how I trusted her completely. I said she was the only woman I'd ever imagined marrying, that I'd even gone out looking for a ring. I didn't tell her I already had it, or how I'd pictured having kids with her. She kept interrupting with "ah" or "I love you," but I was focused. I looked her in the eyes and asked, "Why, if you love me, would you talk about me like that to Dylan?" Her face changed immediately. At first, she denied it, played it off like I was crazy, like I was imagining things. I told her I'd heard the whole conversation Monday. She kept denying it, saying she would never say anything bad about me, especially not to Dylan. That's when I pressed her, told her I knew she was lying and that the things she said were unforgivable. She kept insisting that everything was fine and that I was the only one she loved, but I wasn't buying it. I stayed calm, but inside, I was fuming. I told her I wasn't stupid and that I couldn't believe she'd try to turn this around on me. She said she'd never complain about me or our sex life, that I was perfect just the way I was. If I hadn't heard it myself, I might have believed her. But she was good at pretending. Some of you asked if I was sure she was talking about me, and yes, I'm sure. She said my name when she compared me to her ex. She knew exactly what she was doing, and then she had the nerve to lie about it to my face. I told her I was going to drive us home so she could grab her things. My brother and his girlfriend would be there to make sure things stayed civil. I didn't want to be aggressive, but I wanted her out of my life. She was shocked when I told her we were breaking up. She begged me to reconsider, said she wanted to be with me forever, that we were supposed to have kids together. It was hard not to break down, but I stood my ground. I wasn't going to forgive her. Not this time. I own the house we're living in, and since she's never paid rent or contributed to the bills, I wasn't going to feel guilty about telling her to leave. She asked where she was supposed to go, but I told her that wasn't my problem anymore. She could stay with her friends until she figured things out. Everything in the house was mine anyway. She only had a few clothes and personal items. The things she helped decorate were all paid for by me. That's when the emotional manipulation started. She admitted she said those things to Dylan, but tried to justify it by saying he made her laugh about things that normally would have upset her. I told her if that's her best self, I didn't want any part of it. Then I snapped. I told her she could go back to her ex or to Dylan for all I cared, but I was done. That's when everything flipped. She called me a jerk, said I didn't know how to treat a woman, that I was a loser, and that she never loved me the way I thought she did. She said she stayed with me out of pity, and I was more of a friend than a lover to her. She brought up my size again, trashing me even more. I just let her talk. She was making it clear how little she thought of me. I told her it was better to be alone than to stay with someone like her. She screamed at the top of her lungs, this long, shrill scream that sent chills down my spine. Then she ran out of the bar, calling me every name in the book. I paid the bill, apologized to the waiter for the scene, and left. When I stepped outside, Jenna was standing there crying. I didn't want to leave her on the sidewalk in the cold, so I offered to give her a ride to my house to grab her stuff. We didn't say a word on the drive. It was the most uncomfortable ride I've ever had. When we got to the house, my brother and his girlfriend were there. My brother stayed outside with me while Jenna packed. She called a friend to come pick her up. I got my key back from her, and I didn't hear from her until the next morning. Her texts were all over the place, apologies, anger, and everything in between. I didn't respond, but later that day, I sent her a message telling her her stuff was on the porch. That night when I came home, the house was destroyed. Somehow, she got in, smashed things, ripped up furniture, clogged the sinks, and trashed the kitchen. She had my SUV key too, and she completely ruined the inside, flour and tomato soup everywhere. It was childish, petty, and the last straw. Last weekend, we were having fun, but now my life was in pieces. It's crazy how quickly everything can change. It wasn't my finest moment, but I was furious. I went online to Costco's instant delivery and ordered 25-pound bags of baby carrots, 100 pounds in total. I had them sent to Jenna's friend's place, all addressed to her. They deliver within the hour, so I was able to set it up right away. I got a bunch of angry texts from her that night. Yeah, it was petty, but honestly, the only regret I have is the food being wasted. Maybe she'll cook with them or donate them, who knows? Anyway, that chapter is closed. I blocked her last night after the nasty texts just kept coming. I'm feeling wiped out right now, and I've cried more these past couple of days than I have in a long time. But deep down, I know I made the right choice. Jenna's emotionally immature and cruel, and I deserve better. Since Monday, I've been reflecting on my role as a partner. I've been trying to figure out if there was something I missed or something I did wrong. I'm going to be honest here, I work a lot. I try to balance it with the people I care about, and I don't bring work home, but sometimes I do. Jenna and I have argued about it before. I've tried to pace my days to be home at a decent hour, but anyone who works in veterinary medicine knows that you're always on call. Sometimes, we have patients who need monitoring or emergencies that can keep you busy while outside normal hours. Time off is hard to come by, and I'm sure there were times when Jenna felt second to my job. I know she's mentioned it before. I've tried to make changes, but there's only so much I can do. I've never been intentionally mean to Jenna. Sure, I've had bad days when I was grumpy or distracted, and we've had disagreements, but nothing extreme. I really thought we had a solid relationship, and I thought we were both happy. I know I was. But now I can't help but wonder if I let her down somehow. Did I neglect her? Was I really that bad of a partner that she felt the need to act out in such a cruel way? I don't know, but I do know this: the way she put me down, the way she reacted when I broke up with her, was totally out of line. I didn't deserve that. That's on her, not me. Thanks to everyone who's supported me on Reddit. Your words have meant a lot to me. I'm just ready to move on, to find someone who'll appreciate me and my flaws. TLDR, I ended things with Jenna on Thursday. She got nasty, destroyed my house and car. It's over, and I blocked her from everything. I also sent 100 pounds of baby carrots to her friend's house in a moment of rage. Edit, I filed a police report and took pictures of the damage. Hopefully, insurance will help cover the costs. As for the police report, I'm not sure it'll lead anywhere since I can't prove she did it. Same with taking her to small claims court, I just don't want to deal with her anymore. I'm hoping the insurance will take care of it, and I'm ready to move on with my life.